Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. Today I'm going to show you how you can use some of your Easter dinner leftovers. Now, what I have here is I've got a little bit of ham left, and I have chopped it up, as you can see there, and more or less bite-sized pieces. And I also chopped up the fat. Now the fat is what I'm going to use in this dish to render some oil or render some grease so that I can start this cooking process. And what I'm going to make is I'm going to make ham, green beans, and potatoes. I think, well, as far as I know, this is a southern dish. If it's not where you come from, that's fine. Maybe you come from someplace else and it's called something else. My people came from the South and also around southern Illinois, which is pretty close to Kentucky, and we ate this a lot. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this, and all the ingredients is just the leftover ham, some frozen green beans. If you have fresh green beans, all the better, and some potatoes, which I've chunked up. They are not really bite-sized pieces, but I've just chunked them up. Now, I'm going to put my fat in there. That sounded funny, my fat. Okay, never mind. I'm going to put my fat in there. And I also have the rind here, which has a little bit of fat on it, so I'm going to put that in there also and let that cook off. I will take the rind out before I put my other ingredients in. So I'm going to turn my heat to, let's say medium high, and I'm going to start rendering out this fat. Let me get you down here where you can see. Crazy old lady, got to see what she's up to. And I'm going to quick grab some bacon fat. I didn't leave yet. I came back. I'm going to quick grab some bacon fat. I'm going to put that in there too. I just keep mine in a jar in the refrigerator. I usually don't have a lot of bacon fat because I don't buy bacon that much. If it's on sale and a really good price, I do. Otherwise, I just do without. So, put a little more fat render in there. And I'm not going to add salt or anything right away because, you know, the ham was pretty salty. But I am going to pop a little bit of pepper in there. Now this dish is really, really easy to make. The thing of it is, you just either put it in your crock pot or put it on the back of your stove and let it simmer for several hours. And till your green beans get really soft and the ham is soft and all of the juices and the flavors are there. That's what we want. So this is a good dish that you can put in your crock pot, or on a lazy day when you don't have much to do, like on a Sunday or whatever. You can cook this up. Alright. Now we're going to let this render down. I'm going to let this kind of crisp up a little bit, and then we're going to go to the next step. Alright, I had to put my lid on there because it was popping at me. Whoa, there it goes. You got to be careful. I'm going to take this rind out, and I'm going to add in my potatoes. I'm going to give them a quick stir. And all of that delicious ham fat. And now I'm going to add my chunks of ham that I cut up earlier. And I'm going to just kind of let this cook up in here, and I want those potatoes to absorb some of that fat. I'm going to put in my green beans. Now, these are green beans from Walmart. They're 84 cents. I remember when frozen vegetables used to be a pound, but they're like, 12 ounces now. So anyway, I decided to go with 3 bags because I'm going to make a considerable amount here. And what I want this to do, I'm not adding any liquid yet, I just want this to absorb some of those good ham flavors in the potatoes and the green beans. And I'm going to put a lid on this, turn the heat down a little bit, but remember I'm not going to add any water yet. So, almost there. Alright, let's take a look. These have been in here now for, about, I would say, 7 to 10 minutes. And you can see how the potatoes are starting to take on a little color there. So, it smells really good. It smells really good. Now, like I said, I'm not going to salt these until the end because the ham is very salty, so I don't want to over salt. Okay? Alright, so see what they look like? Get a good view there. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't like green beans. I really hated green beans. And my baby brother loved green beans, and he would eat them like candy, which was disgusting to me. But in the late 50s, my dad was working away from home, and we were really having a rough time because we had not received any money. And so things were a bit skimpy. We lived next door to our landlady and landlord, and they had a garden in their backyard. And one day we were out playing, and she called us children over, and she had a very large grocery bag full of green beans from her garden, along with a few other things, but it was packed full of green beans. And she said, "Here, you children take these to your mother." And I was filled with dread because I knew that my mom was going to cook those green beans and I was going to have to eat them because we didn't have the well, let's put it this way. If she cooked it and put it on the table, you better get on with eating it, and without complaint. So I was filled with dread because I thought, oh no, I hate green beans so bad. But I knew that times were rough, and we just, we couldn't be picky. So my mom, I remember that my mother cooked them. She added some potatoes. My sister and I snapped the green beans. She cooked them with potatoes. And we didn't really even have any bacon, but she did have bacon grease. And she put the bacon grease in there like I showed you. And she cooked those green beans and potatoes. And I'll tell you something, they smelled awesome and they tasted even better. It was great. And I was so happy to have them. And from that day on, I liked green beans. So I will pretty much eat green beans any way they come. I'm fine with it. I'm going to pour some water on here. Now I'm just going to pour enough water to cover them. And that's it. If I need to add more water, I will. And then I will taste them for salt and pepper. But basically, this is it. That's all there is to it. There's nothing else that you have to do. Just let them cook. Let them simmer for a few hours on low heat. Even, just a couple of hours would even do it. And this can be your meal. And so when these are done, I'll show you what they look like and how absolutely delicious these green beans, potatoes, and ham are. Okay, these have been cooking for about 2 to 2.5 hours. And I want you to see what they look like. The green beans are falling apart when that's what you're looking for. And the potatoes are still together, but see, they've taken on that kind of that golden color from the ham and from the ham broth. And look how, I want you to see how the broth looks, and that's just from being cooked in water. These are extremely, excuse me, extremely flavorful. I did try them for salt and pepper, and I did add more salt. Potatoes can take an awful lot of salt, by the way. But you know what? You salt and pepper this however you like. This can be served as a main dish, or it can be served as a side dish. And I will guarantee you, if you take these to a family get-together, they will be eaten up in no time. Trust me on this one, they really will. So I hope that you will give it a try. This is truly, truly a very inexpensive meal to make. It's just leftover bits of ham. There's about 5 small to medium potatoes that are peeled and rough cut, and 3 packages of green beans from Walmart, which was 84 cents each. Very, very cheap. Back in the day, my mom would serve this with cornbread, a big pan of cornbread, and we absolutely loved it. This was our main dish. Okay, listen, I love you. Please like, subscribe, and share, because everybody needs to know this stuff. And you always remember that if I can do it, you can do it. And little is much when God is in it. Okay? All right. Love you. Bye.